T, time for Mike V and me. Mike, how you doing today, buddy?
Averaged. When you're mixed and you chase low floaters, they never pop when you need them to. No, I'm okay, coach. Listen,
Okay,
it's all good. Google, Apple, it's not, I probably would have been making more money in the first third of my career, to be honest with you, but Amazon new highs, you know what I mean? Things are working, but I'm mixed and there's always an issue. It's all
okay.
good.
Well, I want to address something because I've heard a little bit of some moans and groans about TLT, and I want to talk about the importance. A lot of people don't use them. I don't always. I believe I always should, and it's a trailing stop. Okay, and the importance of a trailing stop is that you're locking in profits first of all, and you're protecting yourself from an unexpected change of direction, which is exactly what happened on Friday with a benign CPI report. The market interpreted the abysmal failure of Biden during the debate that greatly
Market.
increased the chances for Trump to win the election. A lot of economists are saying that his policies will be more inflationary, Larry Summers among them, with more tax cuts, trade, more tariffs. So the bond market took it seriously and broke down. All the way up, Mike identified a low here was a lot of put selling. And then once we got back inside the wedge, that was a go for me. So, once you had this action happening and we got the breakout here at 90.48, if you're doing something down here, you needed to move your stop up and also take partial profits. So then we got through here, and then I called a low here after failed bond auctions because we were testing a breakout, said that TLT had to hold here. So then after it held, you trail your stops here. Then I said it's a breakout over 92, 93, and we held that area. It looked like just gentle consolidation that we could have had a continuation move to the upside. But if you had trailed your stops to 93 or even 92, you still got out a big winner. And this, which surprised me and probably a lot of people, you'd be out of the way, not even thinking. You might be thinking, well, where should I rebuy TLT again? But you wouldn't be thinking, no, how do I boogie and dance out of this one? So I just wanted to talk about it. It's a great lesson that what you do is when markets give you new levels that are broken or technical signals and they've been validated, you move your stops. So if that is negated, um, that you shouldn't be in there anymore because your latest signal is negated. So you just have your stop elected, you get to the sidelines. I'm not saying that sometimes you can't get picked off on your stop and then the market continue in your direction. But for the times that it does that, it's certainly worth it when things like this happen. Basically, one day changed kind of negated about 3 months of good positive technical action. In
I,
one day, in a New York minute, everything can change. One of the best songs ever written, in my opinion, and it really applies to trading.
I'm
And
sitting in
Mike,
New York.
Mike is a New Yorker, so he knows about New York
There you
minutes, right,
go.
bro?
It
Huh?
is. I have a couple of questions about this TLT situation from right there. First of all, it was in a New York minute. I am a New Yorker, if you can't tell, not New Jersey. No disrespect. What part of that move, coach, had to do with either end of the quarter or end of the half, and also options expiration at the same time? Uh, I wasn't was the was the was I don't have an answer. Was the move skewed? And
Yeah,
the way I'm looking,
probably.
this is the way I'm looking about it, because this is more of a macro trade, not to make a redundant term, but to trade the TLT to me is just trading the Qs of the IWM. And that's
Right,
fine because we're in the trade. And we're in the trade, first of all, because of the volume, the price action, and the options which triggered our eye. I digress.
right.
Now I'm looking at it like this. Like you applaud me for doing a lot, and it makes a difference to me because it helps to have a person at a high level say, "Good, what do you, if you didn't own it, what do you do here?"
Okay. Well, I'd be seeing what happens here around 89. We have an NFP report here. But right now I'm neutral. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Neutral, I got it.
so neutral means, that I may still have a bias and the narrative might still be right for lower rates, but I look at the 10-year and it's much clearer to me. And I was thinking that we were going to have a breakdown. See, so this is what happened Friday in the notes, and the move isn't as severe, and I have like more of a demarcation line here,
Oh,
but I'm neutral. There's one thing I do know that if the notes ever take out 420 again, and I need to see more action before I decide if that's going to become viable for me to, take some risk. I mean, there's probably nothing wrong with taking a shot here and, risking these highs. You could risk these highs looking for that scenario because if we take out 420, I'm looking for under 4%. But right now, I don't have a signal. So I'm not doing anything really about this at
well,
this
yeah.
moment. I'll wait for when you're neutral, it means you don't know. So after that action Friday, the interest rate trade turned into and I don't know. But you know what? I will know. We'll get some type of resolution and there'll be some type of tell that'll give me an idea uh, when it happens. But, we had followed through yesterday and a little give back today. Nothing is that compelling that I have to do something right here. Okay, I'm sure that doesn't answer your question. What do you do
It does
here?
answer. It does answer my question because for people bagged in this thing from a Friday and bought more of the dip, like I
Yeah.
would understand by a couple of our people in the room, I would want to know what to do. And quite honestly, I don't. I wasn't the that wasn't a placating question. I'm not being accused of it.
Okay.
But
And
if
you
you're
know
in
what?
it, yeah,
Yeah. And you know what? People were aware of the 93 area in our room because Ocean Trader said, Dale, did you get out under 93?
right.
Okay, so it's not like that is something that I'm, being a revisionist about today. Okay, so forewarned is knowledge. So 93 was critical. If that knowledge is out there, takes out 93, you step aside. Just a couple other things I want to touch upon. I know you've been making hay on oil shares, and I'm interested in what you've been doing with the oil
Reversing every
shares.
freaking day. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, so that was part of my rationale for being short USDCAD. It's a correlation that Canada's got a lot of natural resources, oil being one of the main ones. So a strong oil market supports Canada, which means USDCAD should break down. I'm still looking for under 136. It's taken the patience of Job because I've been in this trade since in here.
A
Okay,
nice
and we
live
got to
call, coach. Appreciate that.
Okay, and
Sure.
I still believe in it. I mean, it's down 40 with the Dixie pretty much unchanged.
The
So it's
Dixie,
showing some relative weakness here today.
the Dixie's in play. I love saying that.
Okay, so
I got a
the
lot
last
of
thing, and that's going on here is that I still think before we have a real important low in gold that we're going to take out this 2280 level. And I feel very conflicted because I'm looking for a top in the dollar, and I still think gold could wash out one more time. Here's a triangle. So it's $100 triangle, and we'll break down under this 2295 level. I'm currently short with stops over 2345 over this moving average. So we'll see. A weaker dollar is probably going to prove me wrong, but it's silver that's the king. Silver up
yes.
25 with gold down.
Seasonality. Seasonality's even in silver's corner, coach.
Okay, and the gold silver ratio is in particularly in silver's corner.
Small
I've
caps
been
on.
talking about this just being a recovery off a confirmed low, like a flag, a bear flag, and that looks pretty negative. And negative gold silver ratio means Silver's your preferred long, gold's your preferred short. Okay. So you have this triangle here in the gold that I just showed
The
right
gold.
here. And counterintuitively, you have on the weekly in the dollar, real big triangle. Look at this. All right. So we could break out over 106.50, but I'm anticipating a breakdown of this triangle. Maybe a stop punt above it with a strong jobs number Friday. But eventually, your first sign in the dollar that it's doing something wrong would be action under 105 and a half. That's right here with a couple of hits here, just horizontal support plus a trend line that goes back to June. And then under 105 and a half, you go to 104 and a half, which is a very long-term trend line that goes back to
Hell
uh,
of a
the
range.
the beginning of 2024. And look at that moving average there at 104 and a half. Under 104 and a half, we're headed down towards 102 and then lower. So it's kind of hard to be bearish a dollar and bearish gold at the same time. It would probably like being, you know, bearish Nvidia and bullish,
On
uh,
SMCI,
yeah, something like that. So it's,
the
uh,
arbitrage play.
but that's what I wanted to cover, the trailing stops. And if gold does break down, guys, get ready because I've been talking about this, it feels like a decade, that I still think that there's a chance. And, did you notice yesterday when gold was up that the miners didn't do anything, Mike?
Yes, I did. And I
Okay,
know
so
that they were up early in the morning, just like
then,
the oils, and they both came in hard.
yeah, and then they faded just like,
Still feeling
they
it.
used to back here. So I'm thinking there's still a shot. GDX takes out 33, that we could be looking at 31 and a half to 30. And that would be a measured move. And that's where it's a back up the truck trade if we get there.
Coach,
And
you'll be
that's
happy.
my,
I'm gonna answer your question. I apologize to cut you off. I
all
haven't
right.
seen that. That hasn't been a sweeper. Even the silver, there hasn't been a sweeper in 3, 4 days.
Okay.
And
Well,
that's,
then,
listen, even if I say a day or two, even
yeah,
during
because,
this, we was, Powell speaking,
yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of reasons for it to be even speculative. Either way, I haven't seen anything.
And you've seen them, every week for months now.
No, the last one that was a pockets of SILJ like a week and a half ago. A
Okay,
page of
that's
them.
all right. But that lasted for months. They've been
That's
sweeping
agree.
miners and metals for months. So that means that the wise guys think that they could just hold off, maybe get a better level before they start coming in with sweeps. Is that
Well,
a possibility?
no, that's how I would read it, regardless of your opinion. It
Okay.
obviously holds water, but that's what it says to me.
Okay. So you said that everything has the oils have been working daily. I saw, one of our members, H, thanking you this morning that the oils came in for him again. People love you when you're right, don't they?
Well, that's true. And listen, my father was an athlete. He was, in
Yeah,
his business, you're in the Hall of Fame if you write 3 out of 10 times. So we get,
that's
you
right.
get,
Yeah, three
so
wins out
yeah,
of
three
10.
out of 10 times, and believe me, they remember the 7 other times that you do wrong than the 3 times you did right.
Yeah.
Almost like
So,
Google.
so what, I mean, it's a big universe. Is it the producers? Is it the servicers? Is it the internationals? Where have you been placing your bets on these oil trades?
Okay, Planet here. You know what? Let me just speak to something what's in going right now.
Okay.
Everybody that I know, from uh from tech, from a novice, they should be, from a people that me. Hold on a second. Share. What do I have?
It's
Settings.
up there.
Yeah, position info. So I got 16,000 Planet here. I was trading it on and off. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's waiting for this thing to explode. Calls are going off the board. Tesla's acting very well. It's just so crowded here. I don't know. So I'm in this Tesla
Yeah, a
situation.
lot of Tesla bulls coming out of the woodwork now.
More coals and iron. Okay, let me get back, Coach. Let's get back to besides my. You know what? Let's go back to oils. Okay, you asked me a question. Let me get back to what I've been doing. Okay, let's go to ExxonMobil because I know a lot of people. Let me first get out of this settings area because it shows things now. All right, ExxonMobil's the more popular trade in the room. Okay, that was acting. Listen, this is I don't know. Like I said, we're smart enough to have no ego or be what would I do here if I didn't own it? I don't know anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it looks like this run has
It's
run
had a
out of
hell of a
juice.
it's had a hell of a chance. They had but the ones that are working. So Exxon, I understand it. It's almost one of these things. I still believe it's a own it, don't trade it situation. But we are in Fang.
That
This one
one,
I begin right
what a beautiful breakout.
clearly here. So
Yeah,
I want to point out a couple of things in TGH, which
yeah.
makes me
I,
have.
I've
I'm
been
not
seeing
that.
Fang pop up in the main room for weeks now.
Okay. And let's point this out, Coach. And listen, this is open for discussion. I mean, this is not an algorithm. Okay. Energy stocks posted on Sunday night or Monday morning. This is obviously Tuesday. Energy stocks just saw a weekly outflow of 1.5 billion, the largest since March 2023. Okay. Even they say 2023, but just a little bit, a touch more. And we both know that maybe the largest, outflows are yet to come and may be painful. But these things, Sands, Exxon, the winners, and I'll show you a couple more, are acting well. What happens if they go in the pool?
Yeah,
Everybody's out of the oil pool. Now, granted, the commodity. Let's go back this, and I hope you point this
not
out.
Buffett. I mean Buffett added about
Okay,
3
there's
weeks ago.
USO. Now I get that. Okay, the commodity, unfortunately, for a little bit is leading the stocks, but it's not. Fang, we're in. To answer your question, I'm in
Okay,
XLE. Everybody knows I'm playing this channel. I'm not,
okay,
waiting the 50 days to do or die in the sand for me and many others, at
okay.
least for a short term. I'd like to see that go. The RSI coach, you're an RSI guy. It's
Yeah,
not. It's not.
neutral.
It's not exactly. It's not. I'm not running, but
Yeah,
it's coming down on low volume.
it
So
needs
I'm
to
in
clear
Devon.
92, bro.
I'm in Devon. All right. So never, I'm in Devon from where? 47. There could be one day down wipes everything out, but it's taking calls still. A Schlumberger, another one.
Trying.
Another one that listen, Fang and Schlumberger, the two that we've been buying for a while now. All right. Schlumberger, listing looked beautiful. Could have went to 50 very easily, but it's testing me, much like the Exxon chart.
Yeah,
And the stock that I added to yesterday, and I actually added to again today. And maybe it looks too clean. It's almost like the Planetary trade is this. Marathon Oil. Now, thinking that everybody's out of the pool in energy, the stock is holding a gap. You're going to understand what the gap up is. Everybody should do their diligence, do some research at your own time and know why. It wasn't really that big. All right, there's Marathon. All right, there's a weekly. Everybody's out of the pool on oils.
nothing negative about that. It just looks
Nothing.
like it's been consolidating for 2 years.
Taking calls. You know what? It's just I'm not gonna. I don't lose sleep over it if the right position's taking volume in the right trend and option flow. Noted. I throw a pitch in there, but all right, marathon. I added to. All right.
Yeah,
Do
I
I?
I mean I think the option sweeps helps back up that trade for
It
sure.
does, Coach.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm not like like I said, I'm not salivating in it. Exxon is a little bit more of a barometer than I like it to be. Yes, every the CEOs and the buybacks, we know that. It takes a little bit more time, as you know, the CEOs are usually wrong at first. So I'm watching it, but you know what? I got Fang's the one.
that's
We're in
a
that. And what do I do? Trailing stop?
yeah, you
Certainly.
do.
All right.
You don't want it under 200 now.
All right, other stocks that have been acting well. There's Apple Computer. Let's get back to more macro. There's Apple, all right? Whether that be
Yeah,
gold, a retailer, PLT, what do you do? What does it
that
say?
looks fine.
All right, all right. So I'm not in it. I mean, I'm in long term. You never have, especially in the nice ones. Earlier, but you never as much as you want. All right. I'm seeing a lot of calls, by the way, in China stocks. All right, Apple.
Okay,
All right, what else do we have?
China.
But yeah, we have China. This Reddit. This has been taken. Here's the chart on Reddit. You want to talk about the the Chewy moves? There's Reddit. They're trying to play the the meme stocks like GM and everything, but the actual boards that they're posting on, it's like Tim would said, they're selling they're selling the shovels. This is the
Right.
store. Sell the shovels. This is RDDT. This is the one that's really going up. The Reddit. Other ones. Coors. There should be a picture of me in TradeGATEHub drinking a Coors like this. What's wrong? It's taking leaps still. Got upgraded. There's the daily.
Looks good.
It's got scientific in it. It's even got scientific in it. It's like having therapeutic. Anything has to do with that. All right. Nvidia. Well, Amazon. All right. Here's the daily. And I'm going to tell you, Coach.
All right. Here's a classic example. I wouldn't want to own it back under 191. So that's a pretty tight stop. You see the double top at 91? That's a breakout. Something happens and we start trading under 190. I'd want out.
I just think it tested the 200.
I'm not saying it's not going higher. I'm saying that if it closes under 191, you have a false breakout.
Oh,
So
right.
that's a trailing stop idea.
Sure. Absolutely.
Trailing stop. I'm not saying I'm going to get short looking for 91. I'm saying if you're long, you don't want to own it if it closes back under
Well,
191.
the longer it keeps testing 200, it doesn't. The longer people are going to it'll get tired.
A lot of people love Amazon. So it's a nice chart. I'm just talking about risk management and protecting profits, and that's what trailers do.
Yeah, no, there's still weak stocks. DraftKings weak. I mean, the market's freaking full. There's a weak stock. DraftKings, Disney in the recovery. Look, Disney
bad.
So and I want to point out something else. If I can defend myself as an active manager, I'm not in defense because fortunately I have a great backing in people that are TradeView markets.
They're buying calls in CCJ.
What is that?
Uranium.
No, I'm going to tell you in a second.
On top of their feed, Jesus feed.
No, I'm going to get more. I'm going to get to what they're doing in a second. I just took a position before here. All right, another thing. Small caps post their worst first half in history relative to large caps. I got a bunch of small caps. You know what I mean? So as everybody's doing this, I don't know if Disney's a small cap or a DraftKings, but there are things going the other way. Next, let me finish a couple of things to make a point on TradeGATEHub. Oils. Again, on pace for record low percentage of stocks beating the S&P 500. It's obvious where they're going. I pointed at a bunch of mega. Do your own due diligence. I don't mean to say it in egregious manner.
That's why there's not euphoria, Mike, because people aren't in just those stocks, and they're nervous because they're not making money when everything else is. When the concentrated stocks, mega cap tech. But there is a caveat with mega cap tech. TMT, which Goldman put out, which is what? Telecommunications, media, and technology. In June, the largest amount of selling on record. And you say you pay attention to when something hasn't happened in 20 years?
Yes, I do.
Well, how about a record? Ever. And that's from Goldman.
No, listen, it's a hell of a sample size. There's no quite. I can't tell.
All right. And anyway, just something to keep in mind. So that's even with the concentrated stocks. So you have to say, wow, have they absorbed it well? Right? I mean, because they're still chugging. They've really absorbed a record amount of selling in that space.
Let's see if we have any questions. All right.
They absorbed record amount of selling in that space.
Let's see.
Leaving profits. Okay, right. Michael Dooley gets it.
He does get it, actually, Michael D.
Yeah.
Mickey gets it. All right, eBay. Well, I'll just tell you this. Write it down. Get yourself the trade day demo. Buy 100 shares or whatever, 10 shares. eBay. All right. Price action, calls. It's not the sexiest of things. I don't use it. There's the daily. Absorb the 50 day. I like things to start curling up. But here's the weekly. And this thing right here this is the weekly, flagging here, taking calls.
Yeah.
like I said, let's obviously I'm not ignorant and pretending it's an entity, like pretend it's a silver stock. I get it. I'm trying to make more of a point, but stock's been taking calls for a long time. There's the weekly, the daily, you can get, listen, the market's 55 to 50, 52.
You
I
you
think in
could
this
have a
market, it's not that bad of a range.
you could have a pretty tight stop in there. I mean,
Well, there it is.
you're wrong back under 51.
There it is. That's your time, Roy. What I would personally do with this thing, eBay calls in the money, longer term trades, I buy like eBay. What is this? July buy probably eBay's what's the seasonality?
Buy
I
the
buy
calls.
I buy eBay what? September's. I buy the 50s.
Okay.
I wouldn't go that deep in the money because you want a little bit. Yeah, I just but still be in the 50s. All
Okay.
right, that's it. May or may not work, but that's starting to build position net over time. There's
It's
the
probably
daily. Yeah,
Yeah, it'll protect you from a stop hunt being in those options where you could just get a spike where they clean out your stops and then resume.
exactly.
Everyone's been there. Right the
Uh,
market, wrong the trade.
That's why I use more mental stops than physical stops. It may or may
Yeah,
not hurt me in the long term, but short term,
yeah,
uh, there's some of my guys, my list, Tesla as a trader. Many names into the earnings have confirmed dates. Goose will be so Powell's on here. There's ES
yeah,
support. All right, listen, it's Tesla. Elon's chirping. Everybody's chirping.
yeah.
It's a Tesla day. And by the way, Tesla could go up another 5% hypothetically, and Apple could very well go negative. The
Let's
whole
see.
market went.
Let's
The
see
whole
the
market
Tesla.
went up when Tesla was going down. It could do it. There's
Yeah,
always something to do.
let's see the Tesla chart
This is the
quickly.
one I bought, by the way. I bought by aluminum stocks, Coach. Can I leave off with this for you, please? Because you're
Yeah,
better at
sure.
this. Fact aluminum. Cenex, 14 times market weight. Okay, that's not the first time I've seen that. FCX, by the way, had a big production, big news this morning on copper production. Right? In fact, they guided somehow. I posted on TGH. Maybe you could disseminate it later. So here, see Cenex aluminum. Okay, there's the daily. Hold on. I don't know why this isn't updated.
And these
See,
are taking a lot of calls right here.
Alcoa I bought right before I came on
That
the.
looks all right.
I bought a bunch of Alcoa right here. There's
That
my.
looks all right.
So I bought settings. So I bought 34 Alcoa, 40.52. Let's go over the trade,
Right
okay?
there. Yeah.
All right. So it's almost like the stop is clear. It's taking calls. The other one in its sector, Cenex Aluminum, is taking things. Got a flag. It maybe broke a downtrend line. Things are curling up.
Yeah.
40's
Looks
my
all right.
protection, heavily option strike. The weekly could, this could very easily in the right sector. This could kind of protection. It would mean to the reversion of the mean, if you will, be more
Yeah.
likely to pop than go up than
Could
down.
go to 48 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's when I bought. I'm not, I don't, I'm not saying I'm seething. It's going to go down to here. I got a safe entry. I'm going to let, this is one of these situations. I'm going to let the trade, I'm going to own it and I'm not going to trade it because this is, Alcoa is not going to pop. Well, maybe it'll pop Friday, but I get it. So the other ones, BTU, that actually acted very well yesterday, came down. So we'll keep it. FCX did have news, like I said, Coach. And maybe I want to leave it here. I don't know if it's that
That looks
relevant.
okay. The FCX, it looked okay. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job in the room, man.
No, I appreciate that, Coach. Here's FCX if you can humor me. And I'll show the proper screen. This came out at FCX lowers guidance on copper sales. So obviously I don't have to read it to you. You could read. So the stock closed at the high. Cenex is taking action. I don't know. Maybe they roll into a couple of commodities. Certainly it doesn't look like gold because I'm not going to look for something that's not there. There are no sweepers. And by the way, I don't care if it's aluminum or gold. It's aluminum in the min. And right now it's CNX and AA. Like I say, I'm not going to walk away and I'm not going to take Tony P for a walk and be daydreaming about an aluminum trade. But right now, I think it's a safe entry.
Well, you don't, there's not a lot of gold in construction, is there?
Uh,
A lot of aluminum,
no,
a
silver
lot
there
of
is.
steel, a lot of steel. You need, so.
Coach, we have an Nvidia question.
Okay.
To me, I don't like it. I don't
I
know.
don't like it. Since the key reversal and the reaction has been lousy. And if it pops in sympathy with the market, I think it's a sale at low 130s, and that
And
it'll see
the way
108.
this market goes, this common sense theme, you may or not believe it, but they made enough money in Nvidia, and they could very well take this down to 100 even lower. It's Tesla. The money went into Tesla.
Okay.
That happens. This
But
might
Nvidia
go up.
108, 110, I've talked about from the top. That may be a place to try it.
Yeah. Here's the cues at the high of the day. And you know what? It's brought by Mega, whatever type of flag you want. They're at the
That
high.
still looks okay.
All right. So, there was a JOLTS
Well,
number that came out, right?
yeah.
Powell spoke this morning at 6:30. Tesla had deliveries. If nothing's going to happen, I'm not saying go buy DraftKings, but if nothing at the Nasdaq is not coming in, by the way, at 11:30 with the VIX to slow and spin, maybe it's catalyst, but it's a holiday week. Remember, I don't know if there's a lot going on. It's almost like a Friday afternoon theme to you. I'm here naturally. I'm excited to be here, but you can usually this July 4th situation, you probably might end up losing more than making, especially when FOMO is involved. We brought up before the lowest percentage of stocks making highs are the lowest since a while, as Apple.
Can you bring the VIX chart up for a minute? Daily, not 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 the
Well, that's
derivative, the VIX itself.
I don't want. I don't try. I don't think I don't look. I don't get the entity. I don't look at the entity. I look at the
Okay.
trading vehicle. You want to change screens?
No.
Like, come on, you're a VIX guy. Change screen. Yeah.
All right, give it to me.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll wrap it with this.
Good.
So for guys that think there's we're in a rarefied area and they want some protection, I just want to show this. Where are you, Vix? Here you go. Okay. At 12, you're going to have a third drive to a bottom. You're going to have divergence. I'm going to be buying vol. Uh, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to go out and buy some D's calls down there and risk half the premium. But I think there's a shot for a three drive to a bottom formation, and I think it'd be a nice hedge buying it here at 12.
It's my
So
biggest losing position in the fund by far,
yeah,
holding the
okay,
VIX by far.
all right. Well, I mean,
I'll take this.
there've been moves. There've been some moves there. We've gotten to 20 a few times. So it's not like there haven't been trades. So I'm not saying that, we're going to 50, but I'm saying there's a VIX trade from here on a third drive at 12. And then
Coach.
if we start getting back through 15, then we could see what happens to the upside. But
What's going to bring the VIX up?
I'll be trying it here. I'm
I'll
not
be
betting
joining
the
you.
farm.
I'll be
I'm
joining you.
betting a few acres.
I'll be
Okay,
joining you. But you
down
know
there.
what? Aside from the problem is by the time the VIX gets up to 20 or something like that, considering that we've gone through PCE, CPE, the president can't even speak, Russia war, whatever it may be, SARS. If the VIX goes to 20, we're all obliterated. It's irrelevant anyway. That's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. The hedges might freaking let
Anyway, I think
you
it's
know
a
what's going to take is a flash crash. Not saying it's not going to happen. It's all.
Okay. Anyway, cover up the title of the chart and forget it's a VIX and just say I'm going to
Correct.
try a three drive to a bottom
And I'll
formation
join you,
because
regardless.
we're all influenced with recency bias of how things haven't worked or have worked. Just trade the chart, cover up the title, and look at it a month, maybe risk a point on the trade. VIX closes at 11, you get out of the way. But just wanted to bring it up because, who wants to talk about something that hasn't worked in a long time? Me.
Or
Okay,
Maris.
so anyway,
PLT.
that's it. I'll wrap
Pure,
my end with the VIX. 3 drive to a bottom
I'll
formation.
join you, by the way, regardless of the entity. George Toth, TLT is affected by the end in the BOJ. Thanks for tuning in, George. We'll be going to the room. We answer all questions. Again, Mickey D, way to go. Trade actively. Don't overstay your welcome in these LBTRs. Good way to take money off the table. Be a pro. Thanks, guys. I'm going to
Use trailing stops. Thank you, Mike.
You too. Cheers, guys.
Take it easy, buddy.
Okay. We'll do